What up? It's your boy Skeezus. It is episode 8 of the plug on Visioncast Radio. Man, I fucking love doing this shit. It's always a great time when I have artists come out on the show, and I always interview them, and I always talk to them and figure who they are. And like these people that I have for a guest today, Lakota Skull and JDK. I don't know these people through a hole in the wall. And that's what makes these interviews a lot better is if I actually don't know who they are, because then I feel like I actually get to know them, which means if I'm getting to know them, that you guys are getting to know them as well. So today we got Lakota Skull and JDK. They are from South Dakota, out on a res out there called I actually don't know the name. I'm sorry, but let's see right here. Rosebud, South Dakota. They are from a res out there, and there's a lot of reses in New York. And my mom, she's Native American, and I'm part Native American, and she was from a res out there, and so I know what it's like out in those type of areas and how crazy it can get. And like right now, they were just struggling just to find service, just to be able to talk to me and do this interview with me. So I really appreciate them taking the time out and coming out on the show and doing this interview with me, because they seem like really genuine ass people. So I'm going to go ahead and bring them on. How's it going?
What up, world? What up, Wrestling?
How are you? So go ahead, man. Like I just said, you guys are from South Dakota on a res out there, man. Go ahead and tell me what that's like.
Honestly, like through my experience traveling through like different cities and shit, there really is no difference to me personally.
Mm-hmm.
I guess here over time you just get used to your environment. You know what I mean? The poverty. But like in the cities and shit, you can really see the difference more than I think. But I mean, it's home, absolutely. Man.
Home, very rural, but it's home.
Yeah,
I feel that.
We're like spread the fuck out, all of us. So.
All the communities are all spread out.
Yeah, that's always how it's been. Fucking like I know, like out on the res, here in not here. I live in Ohio now, but out in New York, like there was very limited laws. You could drive around without a license, without license plates on your cars, as long as you didn't leave the res.
Yeah, that's how it is here.
Yeah,
same place.
A little bit of leniency. So
yeah. So one thing I wanted to talk about, which I think is super cool. When we were talking before this show started, you guys said that this is going to be your first tour ever, correct?
Indeed. Out of the state.
All right. So they're going on the road with Triple MFD. Triple MFD are the homies. My very first tour I think I ever went on. I could be wrong because I've done a lot of tours, but I'm very sure that my very first tour I ever did was with Scum. And that was the 4-5 tour with Liquid Assassin. It was dope as fuck. One of the dopest experiences I've had. And then we also did the Accessory to Murder tour, and that was only like maybe a year and a half ago. And that was with Triple MFD, not just Scum by himself. It was with Triple MFD, and that was an awesome tour. I met like Michael Lawless on that tour. He's a super dope individual. There's a lot of dope individuals you're going to meet along the way on the tour, just because of the people that Scum knows and Insane Poetry knows. And you guys are going to have a really good time, and I can guarantee that.
Hell yeah. I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm looking forward.
Hell yeah. So, I'm sorry. Go ahead, man.
I remember when I was a teen, I heard of Insane Poetry.
Yeah. He's been around for a minute, dude. He's an OG. Like, when I was on tour with him, he was like telling me stories about like how he was on some of like the same shows and competitions as Cypress Hill, and because like Cypress Hill is where they're at, and as dope as they are, he was telling me like, of course they like won the competitions and stuff like that, but it's still cool to say that you were a part of that community and stuff like that, like. Kind of like what we're doing right now, say if like, one of us blew up or something like that, and we could be like, hey, we did stuff with that person. It's cool to say that type of shit.
Underground shit, man.
Underground, yo.
Yeah. So what's the scene like out there, man? It's different everywhere you go. I've been through South Dakota, but I've never performed in South Dakota, so I actually don't know what the music scene is like out there at all.
Personally for me, there's no doubt there's no short of talent out here. You know what I mean? It's just the recognition that people get. In the like growing up, seeing people who got more views than everybody else, to me it seemed really kind of scarce in a way. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I mean, you can go around and ask, anybody, and I mean, I'm pretty sure you'll get a variety of different answers. But I've always kind of been in the underground type scene, kind of always been really doing my own thing, and like I started rapping since I was like 11. So, but for me, it's really not that big of a platform for hip hop here. You know what I mean? At least when I was coming up.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like today, I'm starting to see a lot more talent beginning to show. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah. So. The music scene, like, believe it or not, out in New York is like, okay, so like it's different areas. So like New York City, of course, the music scene out there is crazy. Like basically everywhere you go, everybody's like, yeah, I'm a rapper. You know what I mean? So like it's really hard. It's really hard to make a come up out there when everybody's like, yeah, I'm a rapper. So like me being from Albany, New York, the music scene out there is kind of weird. So like there's a decent amount of music artists that are out there. Right. Some are good, some are really horrible. But right. We have a decent, I guess music scene out there. It kind of reminds me of Detroit's a little bit. But the one thing about the music scene out there where I'm from is like the moment another music artist sees you trying to do something, they're like, oh yeah, I want to be a part of that, I want a cut of that, you know what I mean? They're just trying to get their way in there, or expect this type of handout just because you guys are from the same area, and it's really kind of weird. But when you're on the rise to getting to the point of people get expecting handouts and shit like that, they'd be trying to hold your ankles and pull you down from getting your goals the whole entire time. So that's one thing about the music scene out there, is it's just really fucking weird individuals.
Yeah, bro. Like when I tell you, like I started from the fucking bottom. Like I started from the fucking bottom, man. Like
yeah, I can relate to that.
I started when I was like 11 years old. You had to be what, like 15, 16, maybe 14, 15. And what we started off doing was this motherfucker rigged a goddamn stereo with the 2 tape cassettes on it, and we find like blank tapes to record over and shit. And
yeah, I remember those days, bro.
Yeah. And so what we would have to do is we would sit there and write to a beat, an instrumental, and whenever we got it practiced down enough, it was 1 take. That's all the fuck you had was 1 take to do. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's no ad libs or none of that. You just had to lay it down the way you wanted it, the way how you envisioned it or whatever.
Oh yeah, I know how it was, bro. Me and my buddy Adam, we used to do that shit all the time in his bedroom. I'd make a beat on a keyboard and we'd start recording with a tape recorder.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So we used like a lot of fucking 50 Cent beats, and even used some shit from the fucking WWF theme.
Yeah, theme music.
Oh shit. So you guys are wrestling fans?
Oh hell yeah. Well, I mean, shit. Yeah, more like the Attitude Era. I don't really keep too much more now.
Dude, that was the best fucking era, man. When NWO was a thing, and fucking they had Hulk Hogan and fucking Randy Savage. It was fucking like the golden era, bro.
Yeah, most definitely.
Stone Cold, The
Rock. My boy D-Ray What It Do out in Indiana, he's like huge with the wrestling shit. He has some even some songs about wrestling where he makes references throughout the whole entire track about wrestling. He's somebody you guys should definitely link up with if you guys are wrestling fans and want to do some shit like that, for sure.
Yeah. Send them our way, man. Send them our way.
I think I take a couple bumps.
Hell yeah. So like so like who are some of your musical influences? Like I want to hear it from both of you guys like individually because I know you guys have to have different inspiration.
Well, me, my name's Dekay, by the way. This is cool.
Yep.
For me, growing up, when I first got into music, it was kind of like rock. I heard Corn, got into Corn, and then right
Hell
after
yeah.
Corn, I heard of ICP, Same Clown Posse. So
Oh,
they were
shit.
all the early '90s bands and underground. I was really like paying attention to them during that time. So like Corn and Biscuit, Same Clown Posse, and everything underground
So when you say in that time, are we talking like the 90s, like back when ICP was like, you know, still getting their come up and shit like that?
Yeah, the late '90s, the early 2000s. Yeah, around that time. That's when me and this guy were youngins then. I was like 14, 13, 14, 15. He was like maybe 5, 6, 7, 6,
Yeah.
7, 9.
So you guys have been friends for a very long time.
Actually, we're brothers.
Yeah, it's my older brother.
Yeah.
Oh no shit. Okay, I did not know that. I didn't know you guys were related. That's cool as fuck.
Yeah. But
So,
for me coming up, I think the first thing, because I wasn't always into hip hop, you know, what
Okay.
I mean, my thing, my love for music grew from more of my cultural aspect of things. The music there that really is what really touched me the most. You know what I mean? What really inspired me. It's kind of like it amazed me because coming to the realization that literally just frequency, just sound can lift you up. It can take you down. You know.
Oh
And
yeah,
that's
man.
kind of like
If you play your, or I shouldn't say play, but if you set your music to a certain amount of hertz, like this is like one thing that Kanye leaked out of the whole production stuff is like the number of hertz in your music can actually determine the emotions that it makes somebody feel while they're listening to it.
And so I think so for me, that's where my love for music first grew. You know what I mean? It wasn't just always hip hop. You know, it started with our cultural music. And as time went on, you know, I began to listen to new metal. Um, there was this band in the early 2000s that I was really fucking digging. Their name is Edema, and their first album is kind of like what got me into like rock and roll and you know that type of shit. Of course, it was Mudvayne, it was Slipknot.
Hell
You
yeah,
know,
man! I fucking grew up listening to them too.
and if I'm being completely honest, I really wasn't even listening to hip hop that much like that when I first started rapping. Like, I think some of the first hip hop I ever listened to was DMX, some DMX.
Oh shit,
Um,
that's my type of shit. East Coast New York shit.
yeah, that real hype shit. You know what I mean? Like
Yep.
it just gets you. You know, like
Yep.
and that's what really kind of intrigued me about everything, and just really drew me more as I grew up more. That's kind of like what grabbed my ear a little bit more. You know what I mean? So I think DMX would probably be my reason for wanting to start rapping.
Hell yeah, that's what's up. All to all the viewers out there, don't be shy. Fucking go ahead and drop some comments, man. If there's like anything you want to know about these guys, and or just you know anything in general that you just want to ask, go ahead and drop some questions in there. We are taking questions.
Most definitely, yeah.
So you guys got a tour coming up, and fucking that's got to be exciting. What are some achievements in your career that you feel like you've done so far? Like what has been the apex of your career so far? Because I know you guys aren't there yet.
Question. Repeat that one more time.
So like, what's the biggest achievement that you guys feel that you've done with your career so far? Because I know that, you know, in your future, you guys are going to do a lot more bigger achievements, and you guys are going to consider those probably, you know, the apex of your career or the biggest achievements of your career. But so far, what do you feel like has been the biggest achievement that you guys have accomplished?
I'll start. Mine. I think it's the breakthrough with social media. Um, as I learned to post things and stuff, the social media part of it is a big help. I think because we grew up in an era where you had to show up at a show, to get recognition and stuff like that. Like you actually had to be somewhere. You know what I mean? Um, Whereas now you could post something and then share it, and then a whole lot of people you don't even know get to see it. Total strangers.
Oh yeah, man.
I like the social media thing. It really helps artists get out there.
It's wild, man. So like, there was one night where I was like tripping balls and shit. So fucking this random playlist came on, right? And it was like all of these rappers from the 90s that that never made it. Like, I've never heard of any of these people, and I'm sure that there's a bunch of other people that have never heard of any of these artists or heard any of these songs, but they were easily some of the best rap songs I have ever heard in my entire life. And like better than Eminem, dude. Like, and that's weird, fucking people are gonna be like, oh my god, I can't believe he said that. Whatever. Fucking better than Eminem, better than fucking most of the rappers that are out nowadays and shit like that. Like, they would mop the floors with these motherfuckers, right? And I think the reason that they never made it is because they never had social media like we do. It was the 90s, you know what I mean? They didn't have the ability to get on the internet and spread their music all across all platforms like we are. You know what I mean? It's very different in this day and age. And I think that if these people had what we had, they could have became something huge.
Yeah, exactly.
Most definitely would have been. The same thing, man. I've come across plenty of artists, like especially local, you know what I mean, that really have that type of talent, that really able to hold their own and really have their own sound, and they just didn't know how to, promote it, or didn't know how to go about the whole thing.
There's not even no studios around here either.
Well, like I said, it's totally different now. Like, marketing yourself back then is totally different than marketing yourself now. So like, it was more like a word to mouth type thing. So you could like do a tour, and most people would pull up to a show because like if you were handing out flyers and stuff like that and people heard of a party, they were pulling the fuck up back then. So it was very easy to become big if you were able to travel across the country. Nowadays it doesn't fucking matter if you're not internet famous. Like, these people aren't going to pull up. Like, you have to have an internet following in order to have a whole entire career now, and that like reaches into a whole different area of marketing and shit, you know what I mean? So like, when you want to become a successful musician in this day and age, there's way more to it. You got to be a good salesman, a good businessman, and you have to know how to market yourself. It's fucking wild.
Oh, that shit one, man. You gotta do that shit yourself these days, man. You gotta be your own artist, your own manager, your own promoter, all that shit. You know? Like
absolutely.
Personally, like I'm still in the era of handing out my CDs and shit. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, me too, dude. Like, I'll still pull up in Las Vegas and I'll hit the strip with a bunch of CDs and t-shirts, dude. And I'll come up with some bullshit story like, oh, I'm just a music artist trying to tour the country and I'm broke as shit and blah, 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 blah. And just come up with a sob story and they'll get them to buy my CDs and t-shirts and shit.
And they see if you have your information and stuff on there, they'll look you up on Facebook too.
Right. And then they'll be like, this motherfucker, he got me. But they'll be like, damn, this shit's dope as fuck though.
Yeah. That's why I try to rap as much as I possibly can on my page and shit, because I don't know who's watching. I don't know, who's gonna pick up on what or who has what type of connects.
Absolutely. So speaking,
that's kind of like how me and you got linked.
Speaking of you guys rapping, I got one of your songs here, and it's called Omakiyayo, right?
Hey, got it, bro. Right on.
That's in our language.
And now, if I'm correct, this is something like peyote, right?
No. This is more it's different than peyote. This word that omakiayo in our culture, in our language, that's helped me. And usually in our culture, we're calling out for the creator's help, the creator's guidance, God, if you would. Everybody knows him as God.
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, natives, we know him as the creator because he creates all things from top to bottom, underwater, every living creature. He's responsible for that. So in the song Omakiayo, it was me calling for help because I was having a hard time and I didn't know how to express myself, and ask for help, and because I was going through things. So I wrote the song, and a lot of the res liked it, a lot of locals like it, and for that song too, getting a lot of followers and positive feedback and stuff.
So I do have that song in rotation live on the internet radio station. So like this show is a little bit different. So like I have this broadcasting live on YouTube and Twitch, but after I'm done, I do put it in rotation on the actual internet radio station. But right now I'm going to play the song so all the people that don't listen to the internet radio station can hear it right now and get a vibe and feel, what's going on with you type of guys. You know what I'm saying?
That's cool.
Okay, awesome.
That's fine. Everyone.
I'm a Lakota boy from the Rosebud Reservation. Sichungo Lakota, Birthside Nation. Now I'm coming to you live and I'm gonna keep it straight. I ain't asking for pity and I ain't asking for hate. Emerging after darkness and it's gonna take shape. In this game it's a must, you gotta slam them like an ape. We have to hang on to the culture, it's all we have to date. When we have a hard time, Grandpa tells us all to pray. But I'm having a harder time cause he's not with us today. But I'm pushing my best that I can. Black spirits, they taught me all day, all night. I don't know how to fight, but I smudge and I pray. In silence where I lay, waiting for night to turn into day. Wash away black with the sun's rays. I smoke to damp the pressure, my mind's in the haze. Ancestors cry, they yell and they praise.
Every day I wake up and I think creator. So many times in my life it could have turned to a worse situation. Must have been in some hurt to find the person, pain medication. Don't walk away, I was thinking maybe you can save me. Live in the world that changed me, took away things and shamed me. What was sacred to us, to them was crazy. Walking the cold like I lost my blanket. I know what you see, but you hear what I'm saying. Not count, but time is wasted.
Yes, so was knowledge explained to me, cause no one ever taught me. Never had a matriarch where she was needed, so I stepped up to the plate and ate and passed along everything that was served to me until everybody had enough. And then we get back into the territory of me, learning everything on my own. I'm self-made, but I never take away from people and make it seem like money is something that I love. I have this magic that has more value, soon you'll understand.
Man, that shit was incredible.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, man, you guys put in work on that for sure. And now that you told me the meaning behind it and stuff like that, so me re-listening to it, man, it resonates a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Like that was actually a really good song. I really enjoyed that.
I appreciate that, man. Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, not a problem, dude. Like I said, I always give credit where it's due. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people will get upset with me because I do live reaction videos too, and I do them live, like I just said. So like people will be tuning in and like I'll be reacting to one of their songs and I'll be completely honest with it. And a lot of people get mad, and I'm like, man, when I started doing the reactions, and I was like, man, I'm about to lose a bunch of friends.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's a risk you take when you do that type of the interaction. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, absolutely, man.
yeah,
But I always
I always think it's yourself. You know what I mean? Like I'm always gonna be my biggest critic. So you know,
yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
there's not else to say to me that I haven't already said to myself. You know what I mean? Like I've doubted myself so much in my fucking in this whole rap thing that. I really don't care what anyone has to say about whatever I do, whatever I put out. You know what I mean? Because I was hard on myself before the thing came out. So yeah.
After hearing your guys' music, like I'm excited to do more stuff with you guys, like shows. Like I'm definitely excited to see your guys' live performance and like more stuff. You know what I mean? Like possible like tracks and stuff like that. I love networking with people and working with people, and you guys are actually really fucking talented. So.
Man, yeah, I appreciate that for real. Appreciate that too.
Absolutely, man. Because like, there's a bunch of groups that they'll send me some shit, and I'll be like, oh my goodness, like it's hard for people to take me seriously and my radio show seriously sometimes when I bring those type of people on. But I still like to give a chance to everybody. You know what I mean? Like I don't hate on nobody. Like I still want to be able to provide opportunities for people that don't normally get them. Whether I'm being completely honest with them and shitting on their music or not, hopefully they take it in a like constructive criticism, and they go back home and they're like, let me make some better shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, fucking this has been a dope ass interview with you guys. I've asked you all the questions I've had to ask. I feel like we got to know you guys pretty well, and it's awesome that you guys are going on tour with Triple MFD. LSP is a very good company to do stuff with because they're on point with their shit, man. And they have a very heavy fan base.
Do you do some of their graphics and stuff like that? Is that
actually okay, so I'll pull up the tour flyer right now here. This tour flyer right here I actually made. I make a lot of LSP flyers. The Shadow Snuff tour that's coming up with Scum, I made that flyer.
Shout out Lex, man. Lex, motherfucking dog, man, for real.
Hell
that's
yeah,
my dude. Shadow on me. If you ain't, in case you ain't seen, man, I got that shit right here. Oh, it was a camera. There you are.
Oh yeah, bro. That's what's up, man.
Yeah, that's my man. Shout out to Lex.
I've done graphics for Lex too, man. Fucking ask him about me. He knows all about me too, man. Especially with both of us being from New York.
Nice. Yeah, and I don't know if you saw the promo I put up. Actually, I put a snippet of the song that we did together. And
you guys have a song together? That's dope.
Yeah, he did some shit for what was it one of his EPs, one of his last EPs on M&E, I think. But he actually came through and put some shit down on one of my projects too, called Caution.
Hell yeah.
That's on YouTube. I believe it's on my Instagram bio. If you go click on that, you'll see that there. So yeah, that's a motherfucking home.
Fucking he and I have a song as well. It's called Frankenstein. It features K Daver and Killer Intellect. So y'all should go check that shit out as well. What was the name of your song again?
It's called Caution.
Caution.
If you go to YouTube,
go check out Caution. Go ahead, dude. I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt.
It's YouTube Makasitomnia. That's MAKASIT M. What was that? NIYA official on YouTube.
Hell
I
yeah.
got that right. Dyslexia. Yeah, dyslexia got me fucked up. So.
But hell yeah, man. Fucking, it's been a great interview. I appreciate you guys coming on my show, especially with such short timing. I hit you guys up about it, and I was gonna try to plan it for a later date, but you guys were like, "Oh, we're about to be on tour and shit," and I was like, "Oh fuck yeah, that's right." So I was like, "Well, fuck, let's just do it tonight."
Yeah, short notice or not, man, I'm always down to show up whenever I can. You know, I appreciate you reaching out the way that you did. Like, in the fucking flyer you did, bro, that was fucking dope. I like that shit.
I appreciate it, man. I also made this logo for these guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for that one.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, man. I appreciate that, and I appreciate you guys taking time out of your day because I know it's a struggle to sometimes get service and do these type of things, and it's not always easy, and I understand that. So I appreciate you guys for real for that.
Awesome.
Anybody want to get a link to more music or get more things? You can hit me up on Instagram, Lakota.skull on Instagram. I'll send you guys a link to YouTube, all that shit.
Hell yeah.
JDK. I'm on Facebook. I got a page up. Go ahead and hit me up on there. JDK, JAYDEKAY, the Ultra Native. So go ahead and check me out. Facebook, I go by my government name, Cyrus G. Stone III. So hit me up on Facebook. Either one.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Man, you
guys shout out to my fucking Stone and saying poetry. When Words Collide tour, along with plenty other dope MCs out there gonna be hitting the road with us.
Yeah.
Y'all look out for us.
Listen out.
We coming.
You heard it. You heard it from them, y'all. They are coming to a city near you, and y'all better show up and show out and rock out with them. Because I know that there's definitely some LSP people that are watching this, and if Scum's coming through town, they're probably gonna show up anyway. But if y'all don't show up, man, you fucked up because these people are super dope individuals and they have super dope music, and I'm sure that their performance is fucking lit as hell.
Hell yeah, man. Come party with us. Come have a good time. We're willing to kick it with everybody. We don't discriminate, none of that shit. We're here to have a good time, man. For real.
Hell yeah, man. Everybody.
Social people.
Fuck yeah, man. So I appreciate you guys coming on the live show. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this interview, man. It's been a fucking dope ass interview. I feel like this is one of the better ones that I've done. So I appreciate you guys coming out here, man. And I can't wait to meet you guys in person.
Likewise,
likewise.
Hell yeah. Likewise. All right, y'all fellas, have a good one. I hope y'all have a good night. It's gonna I'm just gonna go ahead and wrap this up and fucking get back to doing the internet radio thing, man. So I appreciate you guys coming on, man.
All right, y'all be good out there, man.
Yes, sir.
Everybody have a good night.
Peace, world.
Later.
So that was Lakota Skull and JDK. After doing the interview, getting to learn who they are a little bit, super dope individuals. I don't know. I might be a little biased because I'm part native as well, like I said. So I could be a little bit biased, but I really do fuck with those people. Their music was actually really good. I don't like hear production like that a lot in people's tracks with some of the people that I interview, like Jay Villain. His fucking production is always on point. Like he puts a lot of money into his shit. But these people's production was really good too. I don't know the female that they had featured on their song. I should have asked them. But yeah, fucking it was really tight, and they are super dope individuals. I keep saying it. I keep repeating myself. I'm sorry, but fucking it is what it is. So this was The Plug, episode 8 on Visioncast. We had Lakota Skull and JDK on here. Go look them up. They dropped all their socials earlier, so just, go back, rewind it if you need to fucking figure that shit out. And don't be lazy. Look them up. We're not gonna send you a link, bro. Like, Look that shit up. Stop being so goddamn fucking lazy all the goddamn time, because that's how people really are, man. And one thing I really hate too is if I send you a flyer to a show and you send me a message back asking me where it's at, what time it's going down, and all that stuff. Man, I'm probably not going to answer you back because it's right there on the flyer. Stop being so damn lazy and just fucking look. Like, goddamn. So, on some other note, I'm about to get out of here. I'm about to go do some internet radio shit. Y'all go hop on an internet radio station. There's music and live rotation from Lakota Skull and JDK and other really talented underground musicians. So that is my my segment tonight on The Plug on Visioncast Radio. Y'all have a good night.